Right, here we are. So we are on our week 1 of our 12-week transformation. So this is the first time I'm ever going to do a 12-week transformation, and I'm putting my reputation on the line. You up for the challenge?
Of course I am.
So guys, this is Shane, good friend of mine, and he's been coming to the classes for how long?
7 months.
7 months now, and I've been taking all his money each month, but I feel like I need to give my bit back to him. And basically what I've decided to do is I want to create a 12-week transformation where I can try and get someone in the best shape possible. Now, Shane kindly said he'd be up for the challenge, so what we're going to do is we're going to film like a weekly series on our YouTube channel, so you can kind of watch Shane hard at work, seeing what he eats, what he does in his daily work, making sure he's not sneaking any burgers and any donuts in, and also making sure that he's putting 100% in. We're going to work out some goals and targets. It's going to be completely, like, you know, it's going to be completely raw. So we're going to do his progress photos, which he's not looking forward to. We're doing his weight, his measurements, a lot. But basically, I'm hoping by doing that and filming it, it's going to give a massive kick up the arse to basically get an amazing result in 12 weeks, which I can show off to you lot, and then make out I've done all the hard work. How old are you?
30.
30?
No, don't look it. But
Yeah. And why have you started training?
Because I hit an all-time high, and I didn't like it. I'm getting married, and I thought I need to be there longer than I want to be.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And what was the biggest weight you were at when you?
29.10.
29.10.
It's terrifying. That was January the 1st.
Okay, January 1st, 2018. 18. Really? Yeah. So literally, and from then on, you've obviously started losing. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And how? What are you now? We're gonna find out what you are now. But what are you roughly?
Around 26.
26.
Yeah, just under.
That's good though. And what did you start doing in January?
Well, I was spinning from last June, and then I started HIIT January. I started twice a week, added more spinning in, and then I started at body in March.
Yeah.
And I'm adding it all in 6 days a week.
What made you start spinning first of all?
I got bullied into it actually. Steve Turner, he come into Harbour House and kept giving me grief, and I thought, right, I'll shut you up and give it a go. Did that, bought a bike, became a part, like I said, of the community. Happy days, really.
Yeah.
Just kept going, it got addictive.
And then from what have you done recently? The challenge of cycling.
Oh yeah, we did the wiggle.
Yeah.
I did 30 miles.
Yeah.
So I went from June the 7th last year doing 0.4 miles and nearly collapsing in a heat to doing 30 miles in 3 hours.
It's good, isn't it?
That was brilliant. I can't wait to go again.
And then next year you're going to do the bigger one?
No, this year, September.
This year?
I don't know if it'll be the bigger one, it'll be the 30 again, but next year I'll definitely do a bigger one. Yeah.
100%, yeah. When is your wedding?
January.
January?
26th.
Yeah. So, what would be your goal weight for January? Tell me. Say it now, because then you'll feel bad if you don't achieve it.
Below 20.
Below 20?
Oh yeah.
So you're going to say, what should we say?
18.
18.
Let's go
18 stone in January, that's what you're going to be. So now you're about 26 now?
Yeah.
So we're 8 stone to lose.
That's a lot.
Right. So in 12 weeks, we need to set ourselves a target of what we want to get you to, and then we need to break that target down to weekly targets to make sure that's what we achieve.
Yeah,
so, and then obviously, after 12 weeks, doesn't stop there for you. You carry on the challenge, and you're going to go for like 8 stone basically, which is more than achievable.
Absolutely.
With hard work.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to weigh him, we're going to measure him, take his photos, take his dignity, the lot basically. Yeah. And then after that, we're going to work out his macros. Okay. So remember, with macros, just the amount of calories allowed to eat. We're not going to overcomplicate stuff. Once he understands that, what we're then going to do is we're going to set his goals of what he needs to achieve in 12 weeks and break that down, and then we're going to work out exactly what his exercise regime is going to be. Okay, so let's cap it off there. First thing we're going to do first is we're going to get on the scales. Okay, though I don't always recommend weighing people on scales, but when you're a bigger lad, you don't mind me saying that, do you, Shane? No, that you want to see achievements, you want to see the goals, you want to see the weight dropping. When you're quite lean, the scales don't really matter that much. It's more on your progress photos, but weight for Shane is perfect. All right, so let's jump on the scales and let's see what that number's saying.
Ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready to go. We on, what we on? Bang on, that's it, 163, perfect. So now what we're going on to the measurements, okay? So we're gonna do his waist, we're gonna do his chest, we're gonna do his arms and his thighs, all right? Right, measuring time. He's not getting a suit fitted in Thailand, all right? Hey man, it's here. He's not getting a suit fitted in Thailand, guys. We're gonna measure him up, okay? So we'll start off the arms. I know, ideally, you want to try and take it from the same point each time. So if you relax your arm down your side, and then literally we'll go from here, and then get a halfway mark. Let's do it centimetres actually. We'll go centimetres. So 49 your right arm, 49 again. Fine. Right, then if you lift chest up, thumbs up. Good. Right, let's get around it. Bang on. So we want your nipples, okay? We love your nipples.
Oh, yeah,
there,
my nipples, yeah. Do it.
Turn it around there. 132 centimeters. Cool. Okay, so push belly button there. Okay, belly button, hold it there. Got it?
Yeah.
Bang on. And you are at your belly button. You are 147. Right.
Are we doing all body fat
Yeah.
for that shit? The joint?
Right, good point. Body fat, right. So basically, we've done is weight, we've done height, which is what we want to do. We've also done measurements, and we're going to do progress photos. We're doing like 3 things basically, because what we want to see is improvements across all 3 boards. So we want to see if his weight's dropping down. Maybe his weight hasn't dropped down 1 week, but then what we can do is we can actually see his measurements have dropped down, which will be good, positive for him. And the progress photos we're going to do every 4 weeks. So fingers crossed we get some good progress pictures, and then we can share on Facebook, and he can make me famous. Okay, but we're not doing body fat. The reason why we're not doing body fat is because 1, it's not 100% accurate body fat. We can do skin calipers, but I find them quite invasive, and actually Shane knows you want to lose fat, so at the end of the day a photo, weight and measurements are less invasive, and we'll see a noticeable difference straight away. So progress photos are the last one, so we're going to get my phone. If you stand literally, you're going to stand here,
yeah.
right, and then you're just going to go face there and then turn around, but best off.
Alright, mate.
Smile. Good, then face me. Face there. That's it, done. And there we have it. Shane bearing all dignity, okay? Week 1 photo, we're going to do that in week 4, we're then going to do that in week 8, and then we'll do that in week 12 again, okay? And then we'll compare them all across each other. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to go on the laptop, we're going to work out his macros. I use a website called ifitfitsyourmacros.com. Basically, it's free to use, and all you do is you put your details in, it tells you exactly how many calories to have. I'll explain more when we're on it. Right. So we're going to work out macros. Shane's back in the building. So what we're doing is we basically go through, and it's nice and simple. It just basically asks you certain questions. You input data, and it'll tell you your calories, or it'll give you a good estimate of what your calories should be. Now, Shane might need more calories. He may need less calories, but we need to have a starting point, and that's going to give us a good starting point. Your daily activity,
yeah.
Right? So based on you, explain what you do.
So at work, I'm running around the building all the time doing bits and bobs. I work as a chef, or catering manager, should I say. So I'm in the kitchen, moving around. I get maybe 10,000 steps in at work in a normal 8-hour day, pretty much every day. Home, and then it's straight out to spinning, hit, gym, dog walk, whatever.
So we'd say, and I would say, to be fair, I wouldn't say you were sedentary. I'd put you as active. Yeah. So, and how many days a week do you train?
6.
6 days a week, and on average about an hour a time.
About an hour.
Yeah. Would you say that you kind of have light exercise, moderate, or would you say that you come out feeling like you couldn't go any more?
90% of the time I'm coming out difficult like that.
Let's say difficult.
I'll send it to us.
But no, they tell you anyway. But they like to get you. They do like to get your email address. They send you a few emails. But if you don't want them, just get unsubscribe at the end of it. I'm not endorsed by them, by the way. I'm not trying to push them at all. Right, just so you know, I don't make any money at all. But if you want to make, I would make some money though if I could. Right.
The macros above.
This is a good bit of the video, right? This should have been planned.
This should be the outtake.
Yeah, this should be the outtake. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to pretend that we've got his macros now, right? We're going to cut a video short. We're going to find the macros, and then we'll come back to it, all right? So we worked out his macros. We found it. Sent it to him in an email. So we put them down. So basically, what If It Fits Your Macros is estimating at is that Shane burns roughly 4,600 calories per day. Bearing in mind, he's shifting a lot of weight. So remember, you'll burn a lot of energy the bigger you are. It's recommended that his calories should be on 3,455, but Shane said he's already tracking less than that anyway. So we're going to sit down, work out some calculations, and then we're going to give him a set amount of calories to work on. We're going to give him a set a protein goal, okay? Now, you can have a carbohydrate and fat goal as well, but for me, purely based on fat loss, what I recommend to do is you have a total amount of calories, you have a protein goal you need to hit, and then with the rest of the calories, you make up that through fats and carbs. The reason I say that is because it can be a bit restrictive if at the end of the day you're thinking, well, I've got 50 grams of carbs left, I've only got 2 grams of fat left, and you don't know how to work out foods that fit in those. What I say to people is, get your calories, hit your protein, and the rest of them you make up with fats and carbs. So if you want to have more fat one day, great. If you want to have more carbs the next day, that's absolutely fine, as long as you don't go over your total calories, because remember, calories are king. It's energy in, energy out, and whatever anyone tells you is absolute crap if they tell you any different. So remember, if you are exceeding your maintenance level calories, you're going to gain fat. If you're below your maintenance level calories, you will lose fat. It's a no-brainer, it's scientifically proven, and anyone out there who says any different is basically a knobhead, all right? So remember that, all right? So we're going calories, we're going protein, fats and carbs are just based on the calories themselves. We're not tracking those as much, right? Once we work that out, we're gonna do a training plan, which we'll go over, and then we're gonna talk about the training plan on the next video, okay? So it's over and out from me.
Over and out from me.
Make sure, guys, you tune in, you subscribe, and we will give you the training plan and talking all about that in the next video. See you guys soon.